Alright guys, I'm working in the dark shed here, so I apologize if the video is a little dark. But I want to show you a project I got going on here. I've been working on getting a preservative applicator here for the New Holland baler for hay preservative. They do make kits that you can put on. I think the one I saw was almost $700. And being Pennsylvania Dutch, I refuse to pay $700 for a tank, a pump, and some wiring. When I have a lot of the stuff here on the farm that I can make do and make my own. First thing I picked up was this spot sprayer from my local, well, you can probably see where it's from. It's a 30 gallon, and the reason it's a little bit bigger than I wanted for the baler. But this one has the gauge on it, the pressure gauge, and it has a way to regulate the flow. The smaller one that they had advertised didn't have all the gauge or the regulator. So I'm gonna make this work as a hay preservative applicator kit. This whole spot sprayer was like $130 on sale. So I'm already ahead. I took the gun off, it had a wand. They give you all this hose, which is nice. And I'm going to get a hole in the side here. And I have enough spray. I have a whole drawer of sprayer fittings, and get some nozzles on and get two nozzles there. So that's all on the farm. I don't need to buy it. I have to get some eye bolts and drill some holes to fasten it down with the ratchet straps. So a lot of these newer systems are pretty fancy. They're all automatic. Did monitors and put applicates all by a computer. It's nice. But again, being Pennsylvania Dutch, I got a better idea. This also has an on and off switch that it can control from the cab. I think I'm going to make a little bit nicer one, something that's mounted right on the dash to control. And then they have these clips to go on your battery. I'm probably going to hardwire it right into the tractor. So with all the rain this year and hay getting rained on, I did do that video for that moisture probe tester. That's fine to get off the tractor a couple times, but I came up with something to help monitor the, let's see if I can get around here, help monitor the moisture while you're baling. This is another kit. I can't see it. It's another Agritronics monitor. This is the cheaper one. They have two versions. I don't need something real fancy. The other version was almost $100 more than this one. This updates every 3 seconds, and it monitors the moisture in the bale chamber as you're baling. So I have the monitor mounted. I still have to hardwire it in. There's a lot of wiring, and I have to put the sensor in the bale chamber yet. It said to put the sensor on the uncut side. So this side, and they want it close to the end. They have a measurement for you, so it should be in right about this area. I have to get this bale out of here and drill, I think it's 4 holes to mount the sensor in the bale chamber. The only thing I can see, this is for everything. This is for big square balers, round balers, you name it. They give you this little plastic wedge that goes in. It would go in that way so that the hay can slip up over it. I can see this getting wore eventually. And then there's a whole thing of hardware to get the electrodes to be sending the information. The only thing I found with this kit, and I'm a little upset, is these engineers weren't thinking. The cord, well, first of all, this I don't mind. This is to get a little more light here. This is to power everything. I had crimped these ends on. They go on the battery to get power to the machine. That's fine. The sensor wire that goes back, they give you enough of wire. It goes from the sensor all the way to the monitor. There it is. It's one piece. So I know I'm just a dumb Dutch farmer here, but how am I supposed to unhook the baler? They give you enough, that's good. This plugs to your monitor in the cab. These ends go to the sensor in the baler. It's one continuous wire, so you have no way to unhook your baler, short of taking the monitor out of the cab every time you want to unhook. So that's kind of stupid. They have a nice big plug here for the electric thrower control. I don't really have anything here that's that fancy. I'm gonna try to make this work. It's just a quick connector. I'll just have to crimp ends. I know it's more connections. I know it's gonna look ugly, but right out of the box, I saw that and I thought, how in the world are you supposed to unhook the baler? I'm not taking the monitor out every time. And once I string this, I want to try to string it through the tongue like the thrower control, so you don't have issues with it getting caught anywhere. So this is actually from a push lawnmower electric start system, this plug, so that should work. Just got to crimp to cut into that wire. I don't like it. I'm going to have more connections. They're probably always going to be bad. Maybe I'll be able to come up with something a little bit better eventually. So I can watch that monitor in the tractor as I'm baling, and if the hay starts getting too wet, all I'd have to do then is throw the switch for the applicator. I have no way to set the pressure in the cab. The regulator's back here. Maybe I can figure something out on that too. But I think this will be a pretty good setup with the putting hay preserve on the hay. I'll have an update eventually when I get it going, but this is the Agritronics BHT1 baler mounted hay moisture tester. So far it looks good, other than that stupid sensor wire that goes up through. But we'll make it work. So I should have hay laying today. Got rained on. I don't know what quality it's going to be. I was just heading it around again. But it's supposed to be nice today. It's supposed to be nice all the other days, and then it rained. Rain wasn't even in the forecast. So, but that's just how it's going this year. So for this system, I know that the sensor, the moisture tester was a little expensive. You can go online and see. I don't know where I got it from. I don't remember. But I like the idea of knowing that the hay that's going in the barn is going to be dry. And if it isn't dry, at least it got treated. This setup compared to some of the automatic ones, I'll have some money left over. But yeah, $700 versus $130, and then all my spare parts. So thanks for watching.